Hey everybody, Jake here again with Jake Does It. And today I'm gonna do some pork belly burn-ins. I have never done pork belly burn-ins before, but I've been watching some videos on YouTube. I've been watching how Malcolm Reed does it, the guys over at Meat Church does it, and I'm gonna get my hand at it. So you're gonna be here with me on my very first time trying this. Seems like it's a pretty easy meal to make, and it's pretty quick, pretty affordable, and you get a lot for it. And we're gonna give that a shot today. We're gonna do it on a Masterbuilt 560 Gravity Series smoker. I've got it outside warming up, ready to go. So I'm gonna move the camera around a little bit, get you set up, and we're gonna start getting this pork belly cut up and seasoned and ready to throw in there. And I'm gonna take y'all with me on a journey. Here we go. All right, folks, here we are. We've got a 4-pound pork belly. I picked this up at Preferred Meats up in Sellersburg, Indiana, a little while ago, and I'm finally getting around to making it. Pork belly, what's it look like? Pretty much just bacon. You could make bacon out of this if you wanted to. There's guys that cook it like brisket and some other ways of doing it, but I want to do it what they call pork belly burn-ins, a poor boy's burn-in. You know, your burn-ins usually come off of your briskets, you know, the ends of your points, and they're just great, but we're gonna do a whole bunch of them, 4 pounds worth, starting out at least. So what you do is, you're gonna cut this into 1-inch chunks. So we're just gonna start here, about 1 inch or so. We're gonna come all the way through, cut that off, 1-inch strips. Another 1 inch, that's a little more than 1 inch, just go there. It ain't gotta be perfect. There. So you could do this entire pork belly just like this. Smoke it exactly how it is. And you're gonna end up with the same consistency and everything else for the most part. But the advantage that I'm seeing to cutting these into these cubes is you can season every side. You can smoke every side. So every bite you take is gonna have complete flavor. Smoke, seasoning, whatever rub you decide to use, the glaze we're gonna add there at the end, it's all gonna be on every side of it instead of just getting one side. So then what you do now, you're just gonna go the other way. Cut your cubes out. All right, we got this meat cubed up. We're ready to start seasoning it. We've got today just some Cabela's Competition Barbecue Rubs, pulled pork rub. Said it's the pork rub I have. I haven't tried a whole bunch of rubs yet. I'm still new to this. I'm just picking up different things that say it's for different meats, and you know, and I try them. I've did a couple of butts with this, and I loved it. It was great. It tasted fine. So I'm gonna try it on this. It's what I had in there. I didn't feel like going down and buying nothing else, so we're gonna give it a shot today. So you're just gonna apply this very liberally. Put it on there. Do not be scared of it. Make a mess. That's the fun of it, right? So we're gonna flip all these over. We're gonna do this on every side. Like I said, that's why we cut this thing up, so we can get meat or seasoning on every side of the meat. So we're gonna go again. But I'm about done. I'm gonna take the lid off this stuff, because it ain't gonna last after today. All right, get that in there good. Do one more flip. Got them babies all seasoned up. Now, on to the next step. All right, for our next step, what I got here, you can put these right on the grate of the grill or the smoker. You can just lay them in there just like you would anything else. But what I've seen, and it makes a lot of sense, if you got a cooling rack like this or a heating rack or whatever you want to call it, if you've got a rack like this, you can just arrange these on there, and you can just put them all on at once, take them all off at once, however you got to do, but you ain't got to leave that lid open. You don't have to reach in with tongs and try to pick up every individual one. You know, it's a lot easier this way. So you want to give just a little bit of space between them to start out. You don't have to put much, because these things are going to shrink down. That fat's going to render off, and they say it doesn't matter how you put it. Fat up, fat down. However, but I've always learned, been told, and practiced putting the fat up. Because whatever fat breaks down can soak right back down into that meat below it. It's gonna give you a good juicy piece of meat. Now, not all fat's gonna break down at this level of heat. So you're still gonna have a fat cap on it, on your pork belly, and that's part of the flavor. It's part of the appeal of it. But you put it this way, whatever does melt down should go right into the rest of it. And what I was saying about spacing, you don't have to put these things super far apart because they're gonna shrink down and they're gonna make their own spacing by the time you get done. So you wanna leave enough room for some smoke to get through there at the beginning to give you some good smoke flavor, but you ain't gotta space them way out because they're gonna make their own space as they go. There is our seasoned, cut up, ready to smoke pork belly. All right, we got our smoker set at 275 degrees. We'll set these guys right here on this bottom grate. You can already hear them doing a little sizzle. Now I will say, make sure your grease trap is empty because it's gonna fill up pretty good on this. Keep an eye on that thing. You don't want overflowing and making a mess. Like I said, we're at 275. I'm gonna toss in some apple wood and some pecan wood chunks in the bin for my smoke. And we're gonna let it ride for probably checking about an hour and a half. Give it a little spritz. Looking for probably about 200 degrees on your temperature, but the main thing is you wanna go probe moist, probe soft, where you can just slide this probe in and out with no resistance, and it should be about 200 degrees. So we're gonna throw some wood in and we're gonna let her start smoking. All right, today I'm using some Weber brand wood chunks. That's just what they happen to have when I was at Home Depot the other day. I've got pecan and I've got some apple, and I've actually got a friend of mine on Facebook has notified me they're gonna be cutting down some small apple trees. So I'm gonna go get them and cut them up and have me some of my own apple drying out and be on hand. So like I said, I got 4 chunks here, 2 of each. So toss them in the ash bin. And them coals will drop down on there and we'll be smoking in no time. All right, we are back. It is now time to get our sauce ready. And we're gonna sauce these things. They're still going on the smoker. They're getting close to temp. It's been hanging in there steady right at 275 degrees. I don't think I'm going through much charcoal because it's so hot outside. You could almost just lay these things out there on the sidewalk and they cook themselves. I think it shows real feel about 90 or about 100 degrees, 96 in the shade, and all the humidity you could want. So while they finish up, I'm gonna whip up a little sauce we got in here. And I don't think you can go wrong on this. It's gonna be what you want, what you like, what kind of taste you want. And I'm gonna use what I've got as I do with about everything else. I've got some Sweet Baby Ray's hickory and brown sugar. I'm gonna add some of that. I'm gonna throw a little honey in there to cut it down a little bit. Mott's apple juice. This is actually gonna get spritzed on. I'm not gonna put that in my mix, but I'm gonna put this apple juice in with water, about 3/4 to a quarter with water, and spritz them things down here in just a little bit while they're still in the smoker. But brown sugar, I'm gonna throw that in there too. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna mix all this up in a mixing bowl. Then we're gonna take it out there, or bring them in here, however, put them in an aluminum pan, which I think I've got one right here. Now this is a little overkill. It's a little bigger than I need, but it's gonna work. But I'm gonna put them in this pan, and once they hit temperature, once they get probe soft is what I call it, once you can stick that thermometer in and out, we're gonna pull them off. I'm gonna take this mix I'm about ready to make for you, and we're just gonna drizzle it over them. We'll take a few slices of butter, just put them around the top over here and there, just a little bit, just to add a little flavor to it. And then I'm gonna sprinkle some brown sugar on top. We're gonna put them back in there for 15, 30 minutes, just enough to get it caramelized. We'll be done cooking. This is just to get it set up, just to get it to caramelize, and then we'll have a finished product. So let me get everything arranged. I'll show you how I'm gonna make this little bit of a sauce, this little glaze. Here we go. Like I said, I don't know exact measurements to tell you, but it's all about taste. I do know I'm gonna start with the main base is gonna be this Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. And we don't have to have a whole lot because we don't want it just cooking in it. We just want to basically coat it, toss it, get it to set. So there's my Sweet Baby Ray's. Go throw a little local honey. This is local honey out of Salem, Indiana, Rosebud Bakery. Oh yeah. And a little brown sugar sprinkled sprinkled in for good measure. I'm saying when I add a little bit more barbecue sauce, but I want to get this mixed up the best I can. Look at that, it's all mixed up good. It's got a good consistency that we can be able to drizzle with. I think this is gonna be about right. So we've got it all in there. So I'm gonna leave it how it is. Oh yeah, that's good. We'll go out there, I'm gonna get these things, make sure they're good and done. We're gonna bring them in. I'm gonna spritz them. Before I take them off, let them run about 5 minutes, that spritz on there. We'll bring them in here, we're gonna glaze them, we're gonna put them back on. We'll be eating in no time. All right, these things are just looking fabulous. Good and brown, looks like they soaked some smoke right in there. Let's just see where we're at. See if we can get a temp here. All right, so we're over the 190 degree mark. This is what I'm talking about. Look how easy I can fit this in there. Everywhere it goes, slides in. We'll go ahead and do a little spritz. I said this is about 3/4 apple juice, 1/4 water. Just gonna give it a little spritz here. Smell that? Because it's great. I wish you could, and I'm surprised you can't all the way through that camera. These things smell amazing. So like I said, I'm gonna take my sauce, I'm just gonna drizzle. Try to get a little bit on all of it. I'm gonna shake this thing around and get them all good and coated here. Like I said, we're not looking for a bash. We're not trying to just completely. I'm just going to take a few pads of butter. Nothing crazy, just different places in here. Just because. I love butter. I'd love to tell you a reason why I'm doing it. Other than it will make everything a little juicier with a little butter added to it. A little flavor in there. One more. You know what? One more. Just like fishing, it's never the last cast. All right, so we got that in there. Got some butter on, got our glaze on. I'm gonna take one little chunk here of this brown sugar and just spread that over it just like that. That already looks good, don't it? Let's go out here and put it back on the stove. What we're gonna do, I'm sorry, not the stove, the smoker. All we're gonna do is let this butter melt, let this glaze caramelize, and we'll be done. We'll be ready to eat. All right, last step. It's in there. I'm gonna shut the lid. I'm gonna go ahead and set my smoker up to 300 just to finish that off. Now we wait. All right, we've been in here about 15, 20 minutes at 300. And this is looking amazing. Get a good look at that. All right, folks, finished products here. If you can see in this pan, like I showed you outside, this stuff's like candy. I might have had a little too much sauce, or it might have rendered off some more fat because it did get quite a bit of liquid in the bottom, which is not what I was going for, but it didn't hurt nothing. These things taste great. I am so satisfied with how this went for my first time. And you know, I might try something different next time. I'm really not sure yet because I like them. I'm gonna let some other people try them, see what my wife thinks, see if the kids will eat them. But this is a great idea for a party. If you're going somewhere, a quick dish to take. I mean, it don't take no time to smoke, and smoking flies by anyway. I mean, it's a great pastime. I hope you learned something today, because I know I did, and maybe you can use it in your cookings. you know, next time you do something, here's an idea. Like I said, this is my second video on this page. The page is Jake Does It. Because you want me to do it, I'm gonna do it. Maybe here's some other things I'm gonna get into working on cars. I gotta change brakes on this car I bought, so that might be another video. Maybe you can learn something, I don't know. But the page is Jake Does It. Let people know, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell on the page, get notifications when I post new videos. If I say anything, you know, it'll come up on there so you can know about it. If you have any questions, recommendations, something that I done wrong, please tell me, because I'm new to this. I'm a new smoker. I haven't been doing this very long, but I'm really enjoying it. So if you know something I should do different, or a way that you could twist this up to make it better, hit me up in the comment section. I'll be gladly take criticism. And like I said, Jake Does It. YouTube, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, let people know about it. I hope to keep you all some good entertainment coming along, and that you all keep following me in this adventure. Have a good day. Thank you.